I keep forgetting that these people are, like, high schoolers. These are sketchy heckin' high schoolers. So today we are looking at Rogue by Elle Kennedy. We looked at Misfit by Elle Kennedy in my last video. And listen, guys, this, like, I have thoughts about this book. Misfit, I already told you, definitely check that video out. I was, like, I liked the book, but it wasn't something where it was like, oh my word, yes, I'm, like, obsessed, right? Like, I was pretty intermediate about the book. I enjoyed the characters, I enjoyed the story, stuff like that. This book, what? So this book really follows Casey and Finn's relationship, obviously. I feel like there was an awful lot of drama happening over something that could have been easily solved, easily resolved, easily fixed. I mean, the whole entire time, like, all of these problems are literally stemming from the fact that Finn is like, oh, covering for my bro because, like, he had my back and I didn't go to jail. Like, buddy, you were never gonna go to jail, okay? Like, your dad was gonna bail you out no matter what, okay? So the fact that that was even a thing where it was like, man, my bro just, like, had my back. It's like, no, he didn't. Like, whatever, right? So this whole, like, all of this drama is focused in on Finn saying, I can't rat out my bro Gabe, who's, like, been shipped off to who knows where military school. He's honestly super invested in this. I'm not invested, okay? Like, I don't know Gabe. I feel like I'm supposed to be invested in Gabe. I don't care about Gabe. But Finn is, like, molecularly, like, loyal to this boy, okay? And so that, for one thing, I was, like, the entire time, I was literally just like, this entire problem, the story just drove me crazy, okay? This book, Rogue, drove me nuts, okay? Because it was literally just this entire storyline of going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth over a problem that could easily be solved, if Casey and Finn would literally stop with, like, 5-line conversations. Like, that legitimately drove me crazy. It legit, like, they would just show up in each other's life, they'd, like, share 5 lines, and it would end with one of them saying, don't talk to me, get away from me. Like, don't talk to me ever again. And it's like, if you guys would actually, like, have a conversation, if you guys are so in love, how about you have a conversation, right? And then maybe, oh, heck, everything is solved. Like, it would, like, because it was just over and over and over again. Trust me, I miss you, get away from me. Like, over and over again, over and over again. And I was exhausted. I was exhausted by the back and forth. Yeah, every single time anybody tried to say anything, like, they would just talk over each other, interrupt each other, and finish off with get away from me. Very productive, guys. Very productive. We are being very mature. Yes. Absolutely. I know, I keep forgetting that these are supposed to be teenagers, but I've met teenagers who are a lot more mature than this. And then we have Casey's little, oh, I'm a bad girl bender. What? Like, I totally understand. The whole element of, like, people want me to be this certain way, and that's not what I am. It's not what I want to be. It's not, like, they're making me be this way. They're expecting these things of me, and I'm really tired of it. Trust me, I get it. I've been there. I go through spurts like that where it's like, I wish you would stop expecting me to be this when I'm not that, or when I don't feel like being that, or when I can't be that, right? I wish you'd stop expecting these things of me. But sweetie, holy girl, she went from having, like, the most solid compass and, like, being super grounded and being, like, super, you know, like, this is who I am, and I'm kind, and I'm nice, and I'm great. She, like, turned into a sleaze basket and, like, a tease, like, boom, like, all of a sudden. All because Finn pulled her out of the water. I totally get it. Like, super sketch that you just left her there. I totally get that. Absolutely, 100%. Like, that, bruh. Like, Finn, sketchy. But at the same time, I also feel like I wouldn't be one of those people where it's like, you are the worst person ever, and I'm gonna be, like, I'm gonna turn into a sleazy hoe because you didn't stay with me. What? Like, it made absolutely no sense. It made no sense. I was like, what? And then we have this stuff with Lawson. Girl. Oh my word. I did like the little Lawson, Casey, like, friendship, you know, buddy, oh, we're hanging out, we're chill, right? Like, it sort of had this weird, I don't want to say, like, Big Brother feeling, because it wasn't really Big Brother feeling, but it was also sort of Big Brother feeling. And so, like, that was all great and fine and dandy, where it was like, oh man, like, I'm crazy and you want to let loose a little bit, and right? But I always felt like Lawson's gonna, like, take care of her in some fashion, right? Like, he's not gonna let her, like, completely, no, he just goes ahead and hooks up with her himself. What? And not only that, but they do it in, like, this super anticlimactic way. Oh yeah, we just show up at this place and then we, like, hook up. What? Please, no. Like, no. I was super disappointed in Casey and Lawson for that. And I was also super disappointed in everybody's, like, reaction to it, because I felt like it was so lame. Like, Finn and Casey's reaction to it especially. I felt like Casey, like, I don't know. I felt like Casey didn't want it to necessarily happen. Like, oh no, I don't actually want to, like, be sleeping with Lawson. I don't actually want to be, right, hooking up with him. But she, like, didn't regret it at all, and she's just like not even thinking about it. I've never met a girl who doesn't think about it. Like, so with that, I was like, you're so flippant all of a sudden about this first time experience, and you have it with Lawson, and then you don't care. Like, you don't care at all. Like, you're not thinking about it at all. And then Finn, I felt like Finn should have been more broken up over it, but he wasn't. Instead, he just continued obsessing over his bro Gabe, who's in military school. I was like, what are you guys, like, what is the goal here? What is the goal here? Because you guys are going crazy, okay? Like, Casey's jumping off the deep end. Finn's over here worried about his bro. Like, yeah, and then, like, everybody else, it was just like, oh man, that's crazy. Like, everybody's super protective of Casey. Like, the whole entire premise of the story is, we're taking care of Casey. We're protective of Casey. And then Lawson just blows that out of the water, and everybody's like, man, that sucks. Excuse me? What? That doesn't, like, it doesn't add up. It's like, all of a sudden, nobody is the character they were. Again, all over this Gabe dude, who I've never met. Don't give two poopy doops about Gabe, but we're worried about him, and we're super focused on him. I feel like I'm supposed to be invested in Gabe. I don't care about Gabe, okay? I literally don't care about Gabe. At this point, I sort of don't like the guy. And I mean, since we're here, we will talk about Lawson, because we have to talk about Lawson. I did feel like he grew a little bit in this story. I know in the last video I was like, I don't know how he's gonna grow. He did grow in this story. He did sort of, like, have this growth period, and, like, you could tell he was thinking about things a little bit more, and, like, he was actually starting to consider things, and, you know, oh, like, I really don't deserve this friendship, or I'm doing these crap things, what's the point, like, all that kind of stuff. And then the Casey thing, and then he goes and he hooks up with Casey. It was like he had all of this growth, and then he was just like, screw it. For no reason. It wasn't like any of his friends hurt him. It wasn't like any of his friends were, like, lashing out at him. He just said, screw it, right? It was like he was actually improving, and then he just threw it out the window. He was like, screw Finn, screw my friends, screw this girl and her feelings, screw the fact that this is Finn's girl. Like, screw all of it. I'm just gonna, like, hook up with her. Whatever. In, like, the most lame and anticlimactic way possible. I mean, I feel like, once again, entire premise of the story is, like, we're protective of Casey. Even Lawson is protective of Casey in some regard. Like, all of them are super, like, oh, we take care of Casey, right? And then he, like, becomes friends with Casey, and they're, like, buddies and all this kind of stuff. I feel like hooking up would not even be a consideration. Like, I love a good friends to lovers moment. Absolutely. Love those storylines. But this was, like, not where that was going. Like, that was not where this was going whatsoever, to this point where it's like, oh yeah, like, I would actually consider hooking up with you. I felt like it was suggested throughout the story, but I was not feeling that vibe at all. Like, there was no vibe. I was feeling no vibe of that sort between Casey and Lawson whatsoever, right? It felt like, oh, they keep talking about it, and, you know, Casey keeps thinking about it, and Lawson keeps thinking about it. I'm not thinking about it, though. And all of a sudden, they just, like, blow all of their relationships to crap because, oh, we're gonna hook up where they have fights on Saturday night. Like, no, like, it doesn't, the math is not mathing at all. Like, I don't get it. In layman's terms, Casey and Lawson are idiots, and they did that, and I was like, what? like, I was sort of heartbroken on Casey's behalf, and I was sort of heartbroken on Finn's behalf, and they were all like, nah, what? No, like, that's not, like, no. And then we have Silas. Listen, this boy, sketch. Okay, I already didn't like him in the first book. I was already like, okay, who do you think you are, Silas? Like, honestly, who do you think you are? This book, though, oh my word, okay? Like, how can a good guy, this is literally a guide to how a good guy can become shady fast, okay? It was exactly like Casey, okay? It's exactly like Casey, because, you know, Casey was this good girl, like, oh, we're keeping it together, we're happy, we're positive, right? Like, yeah, things aren't the best, but I'm still a good person and all that kind of stuff, right? Like, values and, like, a compass and, like, right? You're a grounded individual. And then she goes off the deep end. Silas, the same exact thing. He was painted as this, oh, everybody loves Silas. He's just a good guy and he keeps it together. That's how he was painted. And then he's just like, right? No. And honestly, he is just a massive baby. Oh my gosh, all of them are babies. But Silas, he takes it to a whole nother level, okay? He's a big baby. Not just a baby, a big baby. Okay, so he's like, oh yeah, my best friend won't date me. And instead she's dating this guy that I don't really like. And so I decided that I'm going to break up with my girlfriend, and then I'm going to rub her face in the fact that I broke up with her by sleeping around with these other chicks right in front of her. And I'm going to hate on my friends, and I'm going to, like, do all these things. Like, this was all completely uncalled for. And he's just like, nope, like burning bridges left and right. I was just like, what is your problem, right? Like, what is your problem? Grow up, okay? Like, really, Silas? Really? I was like, the entire time, it was just like, he is out to hurt people. This boy is literally out to hurt people in an effort to prove that they shouldn't be hurting him. Oh yeah, very effective. This is very effective. You know, I feel like when you are trying to win back favor, when you are trying to get in good graces with your friends, when you are trying to build relationships, when you're trying to heal relationships, when you're trying to or even just move on from a relationship, the last thing you want to be doing is be a complete douchebag and a jerk. You know, like, just saying, the last thing you want to be doing is going out and, like, becoming a jerkwad. That's the last thing you want to do. And Silas, he's just, you know, like, forget it, right? It's a real shame, too, because I like the name Silas. Name ruined. Honestly, what happens in this book, I mean, it was so messed up in so many ways. Like, the entire time, I was just like, what is happening? Like, what is happening? And all of it hinges on this Gabe dude. I don't care about Gabe, like, at all. It doesn't matter how much Finn cares about Gabe. It doesn't matter how much any of them care about Gabe. I don't care about him. I legitimately do not care about him. And I sort of feel like I don't like him. I sort of feel like I'm like, this guy's lame, right? If he landed himself in military, like, if his dad shipped him off to military school, keep him there. If he's making this much trouble. And let's put it this way. The only person who's, like, keeping a level head, being a steady Eddie, actually being mature, sort of like holding his ground and being a decent individual, is RJ, who's supposed to be the shady guy who's, like, doing all this bad stuff, like, in the dark interwebs. He's literally the only person in this book that I'm like, oh yeah, he's like, yeah, you're decent. The rest of them are just like, you're idiots. Even Sloane, there were times when it's like, girl, like, you are nasty. Open your eyeballs, right? Open your eyeballs here. And, like, No, the only character I did like Finn. I thought Finn was an absolute and complete idiot, right? I thought he was an absolute and complete idiot for this whole gay, bros, right? Like, I thought that was so stupid. But I liked Finn. I've always liked Finn. But RJ was honestly the only character in this book where I was like, solid guy, solid individual, right here. And it's like they all act like they have each other's backs and they're all like, oh yeah, like, I got you, bro. Like Lawson, how many times did Lawson say that to all of them, right? How many times did he say that to Finn? And then he was just like, oh yeah, I just like took your girl and hooked up. Like, okay, like none of them are dependable. And it, like this is beyond high school sketch. This is like sketch, right? Like, whoa. It's like they all have these like big problems. Like, honestly, they have sizable problems and big problems and heavy problems. And what is their solution to these problems? Oh, I'll go have sex and ruin people's lives. Like, I'll tear people's relationships apart. That is their response to their problems, is that they're just going to go and hurt other people. And I mean, I guess it does make sense in a way where it's like, okay, if you don't have any parental guidance telling you, like, any guidance, doesn't have to be parental, but any guidance, any person saying, like, no, this is not how you treat people, and, like, teaching you to be good and teaching you how to treat other people. If you don't have that, then I can definitely see where that would be a thing, but it's like, they are just backstabbing jerks, like all of them, and they're all lying to each other, and they're all like withholding information that does not need to be withheld, and when the withheld information gets revealed, everybody's overreacting, and it's like, this is stupid. Like, this is a stupid problem. The problem you've created is stupid. The problems you have, sure, those, like, the problems you're creating are stupid. And it also just felt like the story never progressed. I finished the book, and I thought, this story didn't go anywhere. Like, it literally didn't go anywhere. Casey and Finn ended up in the exact same place that they started the book with. All the other characters, like RJ and Sloane, sort of the same place, right? Silas and Lawson, worse. And, like, nobody improved. Nobody progressed. Nobody, like, moved forward. The story didn't move forward. It was just, Finn and Casey love each other. Finn is blindly devoted to his buddy Gabe over here. Casey gets, like, mad and goes on a bender. Silas burns a bridge. Lawson goes and disrespects literally everyone. Sloane's mad, and RJ keeps a level head. And it's like over and over and over and over. Like, the entire story, that is literally the pattern. It's like love, break up. Love, break up. Screw. Like, all of these things, and it's just like, nothing happened. Literally nothing happened. Over and over and over again. And like, I feel like Finn and Casey have this, like, cute little relationship and everything, and there's no reason for them to not be together. There's no reason for it to not work out. Sure, Casey's dad is sort of, like, super protective for good reason, okay? Casey's dad is super protective, and Finn is, like, got some baggage. But at the end of the day, I'm like, there is no reason the two of you should, like, this should have been, like, a 10-chapter book, honestly, where you guys solve your problems. Because there was nothing in here that it was like, oh yes, we're moving forward. Like, I felt like there was a lot of things that could have happened, that could have progressed the story forward, that could have moved us forward, but they didn't. And it was just like right? The story also ended pretty openly and pretty, like, abruptly for me. So this book, it was published like 1-2 years ago, something like that, and Elle Kennedy has not said anything about a third book. Like, she hasn't announced one. She hasn't even announced that, like, one's coming or one's going to be published. So, like, there's not even an indication that there's a third book being written. Once again, I find it really difficult I find it really hard to be invested in these characters, to be invested in this story. I really wanted to be, but I just couldn't, again, with, like, the cyclical, like, it just kept happening over and over again for no dang reason. And so I can't really find myself being invested in the story, but it's also driving me crazy. It's also, like, I really want them to, like, grow up, mature, become decent people, solve their very petty small problems, and, like, move forward, right? nothing new has happened. There's no reason for us to not solve our problems here and like get their act together. And so while I'm not super invested in the characters or, you know, anything like that, I also really want a third book because I'm like, listen, these people, like, they need to get their act together, and it's bothering me. Like, it is legitimately bothering me that their act is not like coming together. And so yeah, those are sort of my feelings about the book. A little dramatic. I confess, I agree, very dramatic. But those are my feelings about the book. Do you have similar feelings? I would love to hear what your thoughts are on Rogue by Elle Kennedy in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Once again, I am somewhere between like and hate with this one. I liked the first one. And this one, I wanted to like it so bad because, again, I really like Finn and Casey. I'm sorry, like, I've been through things where it's like, okay, you have to, like, grow up. And I was having a really hard time with them not growing up. And I was having a really hard time with them, like, blind devotion and really dumb devotion and, like, hard-headedness. Like, I feel like hard-headedness is sort of trying to be written as something super cute and, like, appealing. I don't find it to be appealing at all. And so, yeah, I'm somewhere between like and hate. I'm not sure. But make sure to let me know what your thoughts are on the book Rogue by Elle Kennedy. And that's all I have for you today. That's all I have for you today about this book. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye.